It's the 420 radio show, and it's your host, Art the Ghost, blowing smoke. You already know, but check me out every Wednesday, you know? It's the ARTIKLEDAGHOST. It's the ARTIKLE. Doing the most, the radio show. It's the ARTIKLEDAGHOST. It's the ARTIKLE. Doing the most, the radio show. I talk that bud, show that love, you know what's up. I give it up, I blow that smoke, it ain't no joke. Article the ghost. 420, blow that smoke, man, I do this every day. Stuff them cones, light it up, and then I blow that hay. You want that truth, I spit them facts. This is more than just rap. It get quiet in here, but I got that loud pack. This is one hot song, tell a DJ bring it back. Man, I'm trying to tell ya I'ma roll a sack like that. Tune in every Wednesday for the inspiration, information, like, comment, and subscriptions. Algorithms, I'ma participate, but I'ma be in the clouds until a later day. Let's go. The ARTIKLEDAGHOST. It's the ARTIKLE. Doing the most, the radio show host. It's the 420 radio show, and it's your host, Art the Ghost, doing the most. You already know. And it's time for that news segment brought to you by Marijuana Moment at StillBeatingFactory.com. You hear that music in the background, go get you some. Anyway, today's headline reads, New Hampshire House passes legal cannabis bill. Bipartisan congressional psychedelics push. Indiana House legalization vote. Cleveland marijuana expungements, alcohol industry cannabis reform call. Let's get into this, and here are some top things to know. The New Hampshire House of Representatives passed a marijuana legalization bill, sending it to the Senate for consideration. Representative Dan Crenshaw led a bipartisan group of lawmakers in sending a letter urging House Appropriations Committee leaders to instruct federal health agencies to include active duty military service members in psychedelic studies. Indiana Democratic representatives forced a vote on a measure to effectively legalize marijuana after Republican leadership has blocked the issue from advancing in session after session. But the legal amendment to remove all THC limits from legal hemp failed on the floor. A Massachusetts lawmaker who describes himself as the most conservative member of the legislature filed 3 new psychedelic bills, including proposals to legalize substances like psilocybin and reschedule MDMA while setting a price cap on therapeutic access. Cleveland, Ohio Mayor Justin Bibb is moving forward with plans to expunge thousands of marijuana records under a new state law that took effect this week. Top executives at the Wine and Spirits Wholesalers of America are urging alcohol industry's colleagues to join the association's push for federal marijuana legalization. A former Michigan House Speaker and 3 other people pleaded guilty to federal charges related to an alleged marijuana business licensing robbery scheme. Okay, we're moving on to federal. The White House Office of National Drug Control Policy is partnering with social media influencers to warn about the dangers of fentanyl and educate people on the life-saving potential of Naxaline. The Senate passed a resolution commemorating National Poison Prevention Week that notes that the issue of accidental edible cannabis indigestion. Representative Nancy Mace spoke about her marijuana reform legislation. Okay, now we're moving on to states. Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee said he will sign legislation to extend the state's pilot program allowing safe consumption sites for illegal drugs. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly hosted an event on the need to decriminalize fentanyl test strips. Louisiana's House Speaker filed a bill to address issues relating to the sale of intoxicating hemp-derived products. An Arkansas senator introduced a marijuana legalization bill. A Delaware senator authored an oath calling on Governor John Carney to veto marijuana legalization bills. New York regulators filed proposed rules for cannabis research licenses. Florida regulators are being sued by a doctor who they tried to strip of his medical license after accusing him of violations related to medical cannabis recommendations. Washington, D.C. regulators will begin accepting applications for unrelated marijuana gifting shops to become licensed medical cannabis cultivators and retailers on November 1st. California regulators posted guidance on new record keeping and track and trace requirements for cannabis deliveries. An Oregon regulator spoke about ongoing efforts to launch a psilocybin services. The Minnesota Department of Agriculture posted the article about the hempcrete revolution in architecture.
And that was your news segment for the 420 radio show, brought to you by Marijuana Moment and Still Beating Productions LLC. I'm gonna drop both of these links down in the description so you can go check the website out, and you can also check out the article that I had just read so you can catch up on the rest of the article that I did not read. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, let's get back into this music piece. If you like content like this, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted when I drop new episodes. You know what I'm talking about? But you know how we do. We're gonna get back into this smoking session. You feel me? 420, we out. Peace.
Still Beating Productions.
I had to do it to him.
Still Beating Productions.
You know it. Okay.
Hit the purple haze, just to pass time by. I take a sip of that lit, just to boost my high. I rock the stutter shades, dog, just to cover my eyes and wonder why they can't see that I'm high. Yo, big face shirt, Air Force Ones, damn I'm so fly. I walk by, girls wink their eye. See it is what it is, man, and that's no lie. And yo, my mom said, son, don't let the time pass you by. And yo, I picked up my flow, man. This time next year, the article will be a household name. A trendsetter, I'ma set the game. Yo, the goals attained. Yo, I'm cold and I'm so insane. I get crazy on the mic, man, I'm so to blame. On this inferno that I spit, man, it's flame. Oh, that's how they do it when they spit, man. I'm on some new shit. You know what, I can't quit. Ooh, smoke some in the cup. Love the way you break it down. You smell so good, I love it loud. And always bring me up to turn around and bring me down. I know you feel it when I'm inside. I roll it up and I light the fire.